Thanks so much. Now, our next game is one of the bloodiest zombie survival horror games we've ever seen, and we wouldn't have it any other way. From Dying Light, please welcome game designer Magic. We're from Techland. We're so excited to have you here, and this game is looking great. We're going to take a look at some of the gameplay.
Yes.
But before we do, and as we do, let's talk about some of the hallmarks of this game. You guys are talking about the natural movement system and what you're trying to do. Tell us what you're trying to do with that.
Well, before we dive into that, let me just say I'm absolutely super excited to be here. We're bringing something that we've never shown before, so super excited to be here. Yeah, the natural movement system is all about the freedom of traversing through the world. Pretty much everything that you can grab your hands on, you can just get on top of it. So all maps are open vertically. You can get, well, it's pretty much, you can get whatever you want, however you want.
And was that from day one, was that one of the goals of this game, to ensure that that freedom of movement was something core to what you're putting into it?
Pretty much. You know, when we started developing Dying Light, we sat down and we thought, okay, so what can we really do to bring the open world experience to the next level? And you know, we sat down, we discussed a lot of things, and a lot of people would say, well, you know, I would really love to...
We're going to come back to this in just a minute. I'm sorry, I'm hearing that we're going to Ubisoft's press conference, which is starting right now.
Early. No. Stretch. It's early.
Okay, I apologize. I got bad information there. We're going to come back to Dying Light.
Awesome.
And people have, I know you've been dying to talk about it. We're going to continue to do that. So, so tell us what you were saying there about the movement system.
Yeah, so right at the beginning when we started developing the game, we were thinking, you know, what can we do to bring the game to the next level? And a lot of people would say, you know, it would be awesome to just be able to go over that freaking fence or jump over a wall or just climb on that roof and see what's behind it. And we came up with a simple prototype, and it was like that moment when we said like, oh yeah, like this is something different. This is what's gotta stick. And we iterated a lot from that. And it seems to be working. We're bringing people to our studio to play the game, and pretty much everybody loves it. So.
And one of the last trailers that we saw heading into E3 from you guys was about kind of the movement weaponization, that your body is a weapon. Talk a little bit about how you want to instill that sense of movement combined with the combats.
Yeah, that's actually something very interesting. You see, the way you develop your character in Dying Light is by doing stuff. So if you want to be better at parkour, you have to move a lot, do a lot of parkour stuff. If you'd rather feel like smashing skulls, that means you focus on combat. Now, if you accumulate enough of special points, you get to unlock special abilities. And we think of them as really game changers. So for example, if you become better at parkour, you can unlock an ability to jump right off your enemies. And that suddenly opens a whole new option for you to traverse through the world. On the other hand, you have a number of special attacks. So you can combine like sliding, running on walls, aerial attacks, and whatnot. You know, whirlwind, you know, they're doing 360s with heavy weapons and not. So there's really a lot of stuff to the game.
Yes, and you know, one of the big things you guys have talked about almost since day one as well, and it's in the name, Dying Light, talking about the diversity between the daytime gameplay and the nighttime gameplay. Have you spoken about anything new here at E3 regarding that, and how intense is it going to be at night when you try to go out with your character?
Well, I'll start from the last question. So how intense is it going to be? When we last, like the previous E3 and Gamescom, when we would show people what's it like to play at night, we would show people really sweating. People would go like, oh my God, I'm so happy I survived. So that's the intensity at night.
Good.
But at the same time, you need to know that that's what happens when the infected are trying to chase you. Playing by night is also about your smarts. So doing the sneaky stuff. So trying to get to places without being noticed, you know, trying to move the infected away from you, you know, throwing like a decoy, or bringing different people, you know, bringing your friends, because we have 4 players co-op. So you can, you know, ask your friend to start banging a machete on a wall, make some noise, lure the infected away, then you can use the other way to sneak around. Yeah, if you get the chance to get to our press demos, there will be a lot of gameplay that we show. You start by day, and then you go into the night.
Tell me quickly, the game's coming out when?
February 2015.
February 2016. We'll look forward to it.
15.
All right. 15. 2015.